Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Let Her Out. Now for this whole month of February, I will be talking to different couples and they will be sharing with me their love story as to how they met the love of their life. Okay, so today I will be speaking with Victor and Kristen, and they're going to be sharing their stories with me today. Thank you so much, guys, for being with us today.
Thank you for having us, Brenda.
So tell me, how did all this start?
Well, Victor and I met through a mutual friend, Kate, and we actually all three went to high school together, but we never met till 20 years later.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you never saw him in high school, like even passing by the halls? Or...
We had the same group of friends, but
It was weird. It's the same circle, but never connected in any way.
Yeah, we knew all the same people. So when we did meet 20 years later, like, did you know so and so? Did you know so and so? Like, yeah, we were all friends, but we just never met. I guess it wasn't our time yet.
One of her best friends, I used to barbecue at their house for their little brothers. And really?
Oh wow! So when you guys, where did you guys meet exactly?
So our friend Kate, she called us both up individually, like, hey, come visit me, I'm working over here. And she said, hey Kristen, my friend Victor's coming over, why don't you come meet him? And I was like, okay, cool. And so we all met and we just really hit it off.
Oh,
and
wow.
We started talking amongst all of us at the table, but him and I were engaging in conversation separately. And then he asked for my number and I gave it to him, and that's that. And then we started talking.
So what was it about, about him that attracted you?
Physically, it was his chest. I really liked his chest.
Oh, really?
And that's where it all starts, right? That's me, physical attraction first.
Yeah. Remember that. If you're a guy, don't say it was for chest. But if you're a lady, by all means, it was the chest.
It was
Not
the chest. I like the chest. It was nice and broad.
So what was it about her that attracted you to her, Victor?
Her sense of humor.
Oh yes, I can see
And
that.
not to feed my ego a little bit, but because she laughed at everything I said.
Oh.
So if she finds me funny, this is a good thing. So.
What are the different things you guys enjoy doing as a couple?
We like to go to Home Depot, and I like to go to the plant section. And I'll walk with him while he peruses the aisles of the things that he likes. And that's one thing. He really got me engaged with planting again and gardening.
Oh, wow.
And so that's a hobby that I like, and then he'll encourage, and he'll barbecue, and I'll be outside, or he'll be out with the pool, and outside that stuff in our backyard.
Oh wow. And any fun trips together?
Oh God, yeah, we did a lot of road tripping at first, especially at the beginning of our relationship. We had a lot of extra time. We drove from San Antonio to Niagara Falls and back, and we drove from San Antonio to, what was it, Vegas? And then from Vegas to the Grand Canyon, and that back to San Antonio. Our honeymoon was a big road trip where we went from San Antonio all the way up to Portland, Oregon, and saw everything there, and drove all the way back down through all the other states, and went through Colorado and stuff where it was Garden of the Gods.
Yeah.
There. So road tripping is pretty big for us, and we like to take the Jeep and kind of do a little bit of adventuring and off-roading, and do some nature things, especially when the weather's nice. It makes for a really good day.
And for the different trips you guys have taken, which one has been the most, interesting one that you guys enjoyed?
Well, for me, that's going to be when we went to the Grand Canyon. So we went to Vegas, and after Vegas, we went to the Grand Canyon. And this was in springtime, spring break, so we thought the weather was going to be a little bit different, but it ended up being a lot colder than we thought it was going to be.
She's being so kind. She asked if we should bring extra blankets, and I said, no, it's spring. It won't be cold. It's the Grand Canyon. It snowed
Oh wow.
on us in that tent.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did. And I was pretty upset. I was like, we should have a blanket. I should have
Yeah.
had a blanket.
Yeah, so at that point I realized, well, if I don't propose now,
Oh.
this woman is going to leave me that'll be the end of it. So that's where I proposed, was at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
The day
Oh.
after we slept in a tent,
Filled with snow. Yeah.
covered
Surrounded
in snow.
by snow. Yeah, exactly. So at that night, the snow was falling. So every time the snow would hit the tent and then plummet to the ground, I'd say, "What was that? What was that?" And feared that there's some psycho killer out there.
That has nothing to
While
do
we
with the
were
fact that she
camping.
listens to horror stories on YouTube almost every night.
So none of us got much sleep. I was afraid someone was out there because I kept on hearing the snow falling. And then Victor's shivering. Actually, Victor got pneumonia after that.
I did.
Pneumonia?
Oh,
Yeah.
Pneumonia.
The
Yeah.
pneumonia. I was with him for a while.
Yeah. He was. But we were engaged, so yay.
She was
So-
happy about that.
Oh wow! So how was it exactly that you proposed?
I don't know, we were just kind of walking around and I was actually kind of double thinking it because, or second guessing it would be the better word, because it was really cloudy in the morning. It was really cloudy, really foggy, and everything that you looked out and over, you couldn't see. All the really nice views that the Grand Canyon is known for, and the colors that come out and everything, they weren't really visible. But luckily it cleared up. The sun came out and we were able to see everything, so I just waited for, I guess, the right background and asked. And she said yes, and as much as I tried to capture that moment on film, I got horribly framed pictures where it's just the top of my head.
Oh.
It was at Lipton Point. So we do have a magnet on the fridge of where he proposed to me.
Oh.
That's about as close as it gets.
A good quality photo you're gonna get.
Photographer I am not.
So she was talking about her favorite trip. What was your most memorable trip?
I don't know. I think that's a toss-up between our honeymoon trip, going all the way up to Portland, Oregon, and staying on the Hood River and seeing Montanoma Falls and Mount Hood and Timberline Lodge and all that. That was really, really nice and really pretty. But I think the most memorable one would be our first one where we went to Niagara Falls.
Oh wow.
And we saw that one up there. And it was really cool. That was really the first big trip that we took. And since it was really early into our relationship, it was a lot of learning about each other. You know, when you're stuck in a two-door Jeep on the way up to cross country, it's you get to talk a lot and laugh a lot and listen to a lot of music and goof around with each other and stuff. So that one was really memorable.
Aww, that's so sweet. So how long have you guys been together?
6 years. December of 2014, New Year's Eve, we were like, okay, you're my person.
And do you have any kids?
I have a stepdaughter, Eleanor. It's his biological daughter, but I treat her, I love her like my own.
Which was one of the things that really drove me to, you know, having a daughter that is, you know, between you and somebody else is hard. And that was something very difficult for her to overcome as well. But to see her take to her and then care for her like she's her own flesh and blood, it means the world. You know, she doesn't treat her differently because she's not hers, or didn't give birth to her actually, but she treats her like her daughter. And that's incredible to me. And it always has been one of the driving factors. And in my particular case, she met my daughter when my daughter was very, very young, 9 months, right? And that could be very scary and off-putting to some people, you know? And it wasn't her. It wasn't a factor. She was just welcoming, no judgment, and then instantly fell in love with my daughter. My daughter took to her from the first day she met. And, you know, not to sound like that weird person, but in my head I was sitting there thinking, this is the one, this is what I did. This shows it right here. And then we just kind of kept going and we kept seeing each other and just continued to grow from that point. Isn't that right, Tom? That's Tom.
A cute cat. What is one thing that you absolutely love about Kristen?
One thing. If I had to limit it down to one thing, I guess it would be her heart. Her heart is huge. Speaking from when I was telling you about when she met my daughter, she's just a loving, caring, kind person. She'll just take you into her heart and you'll just feel it. You'll feel that warmth, you'll feel that love instantly. And so that's the one thing, I guess, if I had to choose one, that I would say for you.
Oh,
Thanks, Victor.
and you?
Don't say that, Chips.
It's gonna be his chest. No, I'm just kidding. The one thing that I love about Victor, I love his articulation. Like, obviously, I'm just at a reels for his intelligence, his strength, his internal strength, his external strength, his hair.
Oh my God. The damn hair.
I love his patience. I love his kindness as well. You know, everything. He's just the good parts. I feel like he's the good parts about me, and he brings out the best in me. And that's what I love about him is I feel he makes me a better person being with him.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you so much for being with me today and for sharing your story. And I really do hope that you guys continue this beautiful love that you have for many, many more years to come.
Thank you, Brenda. Thank you for coming over and interviewing us. It was a pleasure.
It's nice reliving all these memories.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, then I'm gonna end it. Okay, guys. Well, thank you for listening to this story. But don't go anywhere. We're gonna hear another story coming right up.